Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel, coming back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, hand platter video series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. We're going over there to try out food and drink items. I eat the stuff, I drink the stuff, then I talk about the stuff. I let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious crap that, I mean, one way or another, it's going in, the mouth, and, what will be, will be. I think that's a song, right? Like, that's like prolific or something, So, not only are you going over there, you're getting, adequate. I was going to say great, but adequate, less than adequate. Advice about potential food things to try. But you're also getting a masterclass in American philosophy. There we go. Why? Where are my millions? Where are my millions? I'm doing a public service, folks. Okay? But anyway, while I'm doing said public service, I'm inside the truck today. Not wearing a cool shirt. Usually I like to wear a cool shirt when I can. Grody-ass work shirt. Grody-ass Brandon Wenzel. That means, folks, that I must have found a thing on the way to a place. That is very much the case today. I stopped out to go grab some lunch, and I headed over to a gas station, and they had a thing. And I was like, that's the thing. I'll do that after work. And here we are. That's all she wrote, folks. So what's the thing? Well, folks, it's a threefer, because we got, boom, Snapple Black Cherry Lemonade, boom, Snapple Watermelon Lemonade, and finally, and most importantly, boom, Snapple Strawberry Pineapple Lemonade. So, here's the thing with this, full disclosure-wise. These have actually been out for a little while now. I don't know exactly how long, but sometime since last year. And I ran into them, actually, I believe at the same gas station, I want to say, when they were, like, brand new. And my intention was, get them, do a review, share it with the people, get, like, 10 views on it, feel, overly conceited about the fact that, like, hey, my viewer count is slowly going up, and, for the first time since I've started my channel, I have, my top 5 videos all have over 100 views because, folks, I'm just fucking steamrolling this shit, okay? I'm coming for you, PewDiePie. Is PewDiePie relevant anymore? I don't know. I guess nothing against the guy, but then he had the whole thing where he did the Nazi thing and stuff. Whatever. But, yeah. Anyway, so I had intended to do those at the time. What ended up happening was, sadly, what ends up happening sometimes when I go to buy something to review. Put them in the fridge. Didn't get to a review. Eventually got thirsty one day. It was just like, blah, blah, blah. So, I have actually had these, but it's been a while. Probably close to something like a year now. Because like I said, it was at least last year, and the time I'm doing this, we're more than half a year into the next year. So, it's been a while since I've had these, because I saw them that one time, and then I didn't see them again until today. So, we're going to try some stuff out for you, folks. We're going to start with the black cherry. Why the black cherry? Because it was the one I grabbed. I like black cherry, as a general rule. When I was a kid, and I brought this up to people, and they seem to confirm my suspicions. When I was a kid, black cherry soda was very commonplace, at least around where I lived. And I don't know if it was like name brand or if it was like just store brand or how it worked all the time, but it was a thing. And like, I remember we'd get occasional 24 packs of it, and I'm not talking like cherry Coke or anything like that, just black cherry soda. And now, like, as time went by, like, it eroded away as a flavor. Now it's just a thing where, like, there's like a few, kind of like specialty brands that carry it, like at, sort of local supermarkets. That's such a shame. I love black cherry soda. So hopefully I'll love black cherry lemonade. Like I said, I did try this before. I genuinely couldn't tell you if I liked it or not, but I like black cherry and I like lemonade. So flavored lemonade, it's recyclable bottle, all that good stuff. Free of artificial sweeteners and flavors. 150 calories per bottle, 18 grams of sugar, 35 grams of sugar. How does that compare to the old Pepsi? 66 grams. So it's less than, or a little more than half. Let's try a thing. And we got to read the thing. The only bird that cannot swim but can fly, or the only bird that can swim but not fly is the penguin. That's a little bit of a lame one. I feel like most people know that. If you're going to go over there and toss some shit on a Snapple bottle, I need to be able to go over there and annoy people around me with this useless fact that I just learned. It doesn't help if they already know it. I can smell sort of a sweet tartness to it, which is a good sign, because black cherry should be a little bit tart. It should have a little bit of a punch to it. Okay. I honestly have pretty mixed feelings about this one. I mean, it's not bad. It drinks really smooth, which is nice. But this is one of those instances where I feel like if you're going to go over there and add stuff to a lemonade, which is perfectly fine. Lemonade's a great drink. It's a great drink to add stuff to. Ideally, you want whatever you're adding to go over there and complement whatever it is that, whatever is going to work with the lemonade, whether it's sweetness or the tartness, whatever have you. In this instance, what with it being lemonade and black cherry, I would have expected a stronger tartness from it. There's a little bit of a tartness to it, but it's not particularly prolific, and the problem is that I don't feel like the flavors really highlight one another. They don't really do anything to elevate the other one. Instead, the way they've got it, they've just kind of blended it together, and it just sort of becomes its own flavor. And it's a little bit sweet, it's a little bit tart, it's a little bit sour. But I don't know, for me personally, that it really tastes distinct enough. I mean, it does have its own flavor for sure. But it's not what I would expect out of something like a black cherry lemonade. I'm not really getting enough black cherry aspect of it. And it's not to say that it just tastes like lemonade. It definitely doesn't. But like I said, I think it's just the way that they blended it. I think they almost blended it too well. So instead of it being a lemonade with some overtones of black cherry to kind of help amp up the flavors a little bit, instead it's just, I don't want to say it tastes confused, but it just doesn't, I want there to be more to it. I guess that's the best way I could put it. It does taste unique, but it just tastes too simple. I want there to be more bite. I want there to be more something to really give it a better expression of character. As is, while it's not bad, it tastes kind of forgettable, I think. And maybe that's the reason why I don't have a strong impression of it from the last time I drank it, considering the fact that recently, provided, depending on when I upload this, I did a review for Snapple Elements, which is a drink that originally came out in the late 90s, and they recently brought back a few of the flavors. I did a review of 2 of them. And when I tried those, within that period of time, by the way, go watch that video, I immediately was hit by the fact, just an instant hit of yes, I remember this, I remember liking this. With this, like I said, I know for a fact I had this last year, and not only did I not get a hit of that, nostalgia or anything like that, it's just one of those things where it's yeah, I could see why I forgot about this, which is a shame. All right, let's do the watermelon. This is the one that I'm kind of the least excited for. I mean, now I don't know, but I like watermelon as a flavor, I do. And I've tried some watermelon things on the show. Go look up those videos. I don't remember what they are, though. My only point of contention with watermelon as a flavor to be added to things, watermelon as a watermelon is a very mellow flavor. And that's one of the reasons why I personally like it. It's very refreshing eating experience. Whenever they have watermelon as a flavor or something, whether it's candy or whatever, they feel the need to amp up the watermelon flavor to a point that I'm usually not a big fan of. So we'll see how this goes. Oh, what's it say? The Hawaiian alphabet has only 12 letters. This is an improvement over the other one. I actually did sort of know that. I couldn't have told you the exact amount of number of letters, but I know I watched a thing on the whole Hawaiian language and stuff like that and stuff, because I'm very interested in cultures and history and shit. So I knew they had a very different setup than we do. And that's something I don't think most people know, so I could go over there and bother people with it. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried. I mean, I shouldn't say that. It's definitely a very strong watermelon smell, which again is okay. See, because Crush has crushed watermelon, and it tastes like drinking. I've never done a review for it, but it tastes like drinking a watermelon Jolly Rancher, which, if you like watermelon Jolly Ranchers, is a great experience. I was never big on Jolly Ranchers. Never big on watermelon Jolly Ranchers. It's just something about the way it amps it up. It doesn't emphasize what I like about watermelons. So let's try this though. This is instantly better than the black cherry by miles. Miles. For one thing, it just tastes better overall to me, which is surprising because, again, I was worried. And while the watermelon aspect of it does kind of reach that point a little bit where I feel like it's a little bit overdone, it's not too bad. And at the point when it gets to that point, the lemonade kind of takes over. And you get sort of the tartness of the lemonade, which I like. I enjoy a tart lemonade. So that's really well done. The thing that really impressed me, though, is that when you eat a watermelon, you get hit with, the watermelon flavor, but as it subsides, there's a very unique flavor at the end of a watermelon, and it's a little bit more subdued than the rest of the watermelon, and I almost associate it with, if you go a little bit too far into the watermelon, maybe go over there and catch a seed or something like that. I don't know what, it's a more subtle aspect of the watermelon. It's the tail end of the watermelon flavor. And I actually got that in this. It wasn't just watermelon into lemonade. It was watermelon into lemonade, but then it sort of cut through with that more subdued watermelon flavor. And that was actually, not only is it just tasty, but that was actually really unexpected and a nice, little add-in. How they got this one so right and the other one so wrong, I have no fucking clue. Yeah, I'm 100% down with this one. This is something that I could see going over there, getting again when I wanted something specific like that. Because again, I'm not personally going to go, every now and again I'm not really going to go for a watermelon crush. Like I said, it's a bit too much for me. But this is something where, obviously Arizona has their watermelon cocktail drink also, which is pretty decent. But I would probably go more for this because I like that it has the refreshing elements of both the watermelon and the lemonade. This, I think, is done really well. I would 100% recommend this if you like watermelon and lemonade. Here's the big one, though, folks. Finally, boom, strawberry pineapple lemonade. Why is strawberry pineapple lemonade the big one? Well, because, folks, if you watch my show, why wouldn't you? With all of the amazing, factoids and rants and, half-ass attempts at jokes. I mean, who wouldn't watch this show? Some sort of subterranean dwarves who can only hear through echolocation. Those are chuds, folks. I'm not hating against anybody, but I'm not marketing my show at chuds. But if they're interested, hey, if chuds would like to sponsor the show, No, I really, really like pineapple. It's one of my favorite things in the whole world. So I'm hopeful for this one. That's why I saved it to last. Oh, let's see how it goes. What do you say? A duck can't walk without bobbing its head. See, now that sounds like a challenge. That sounds like a challenge. Okay. I'm super tired, by the way. Like I'm dead. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to go check on my hamsters in my house. Done for the day. It's very fragrant, and it smells tropical, which are both good signs. I'll be interested to see where the strawberry aspect comes into play. Because lemon's a really strong flavor, pineapple's a really strong flavor, strawberry's a strong flavor too, but I would say compared to the other two, which are both very acidic, it's not quite in the same weight class. So okay. Mixed feelings on this one too. It's good. I like it. It tastes good. It's an issue of expectation for me because you put pineapple in the title of something. I'm expecting a delicious punch of pineapple flavor. Do I get that with this? No. In fact, I would say that I probably get the base hits. The strawberry actually has a surprising amount of presence. Like, if you were to tell me that this were just a strawberry lemonade, I would go with you on it. And that for me is a little bit disappointing. Because, again, I really want the pineapple aspect. I'm not saying it's not there. It's just I feel like the way that it's blended, it's sort of... Because it is very acidic, and lemons are very acidic, I feel like it sort of takes over the tartness aspect of the lemonade. And there is kind of a tropical edge to it, but I don't feel like it really does the best job of showcasing the sweetness of the pineapple. Pineapples are super sweet, and they're really, really good because of it. Yeah, it really is kind of like the tail end, in my opinion. It's there, but it's, again, if you were just to have told me it was a strawberry lemonade, I would have gone with that. Because those to me are the most prominent aspects of it. I think that the way that they blended this one, I think I think the pineapple kind of gets lost. And that's a shame because pineapple is such a strong flavor and it's a delicious flavor. I would have liked, personally, I think I maybe would have just liked, a pineapple lemonade. But then at the same time, how would that have worked with the, So I get maybe that's why they added in the strawberry, to kind of be almost like a neutralizer, to have its own character against the very citrusy, acidic lemon and pineapple. But in doing so, like I said, I feel like the pineapple gets lost. And for me, that's unfortunate. And I do like it. Like, it's tasty enough. It's a tasty strawberry tropical lemonade. If you don't think about the pineapple aspect of it, it's perfectly fine. But for me, it is disappointing. So, yeah, I mean, out of the three, oddly enough, I would say the watermelon is my favorite. I think they did a really good job with the watermelon flavor and the way that it works with it. I think that's really the key, is figuring out the best way to make it work with the lemonade. I think they did a really good job with this, with having it highlight both aspects. After that, I would still go with the strawberry, pineapple. Even though I don't really feel like the pineapple is prominent enough, it's still overall a tasty drink, and it's not entirely dissimilar from other sort of tropical-based lemonades that I've had. So, and then finally, in distant third, sadly, is the black cherry. It's not, for me, reminiscent enough of black cherry, and I don't feel like the flavors that are at play really are highlighting each other. They just sort of went together and became this new thing, and it's not greater than the sum of its parts. So, that's my take on the Snapple Lemonade things. Yes, I'm super tired. 5 things before I get out of here, folks. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. If you can go over there and have yourselves a watermelon rest of your life, because, I mean, it's watermelon. Watermelon's good. It just, even if it's not in lemonade format, it's a nice thing. It's good for, hot weather. They got cube watermelons over in Japan and stuff like that. It's a whole thing, folks. They got watermelons in shapes you haven't even thought of yet. Spiral watermelons. They got friggin' Junji Ito working on that shit. It's, he's up to something. Final 2 things, folks. Number 1, try to bring some positivity to the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated, even if it doesn't always feel like it. But we can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You try not to be an asshole. Okay? You're not always going to succeed. It's just not going to happen that way. But take time, step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in your life. That's typically a pretty good step in the right direction. Not going to work every time, but, baby steps. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Maybe you're going to go over there, and you're gonna come up with your own Snapple fruit-based lemonade. I don't know. Jackfruit lemonade, right? I've had jackfruit a couple times in things. I had like a boba tea with jackfruit. It was delicious, actually. I think isn't like jackfruit and saltfish like a Jamaican dish or something? I think I saw it on a cooking program at one point in time, and I was like, that'd be interesting to learn how to make. And then I didn't do it, but it was no offense to the dish. I'm just not good at motivating myself all the time. That's why I do these shows, because they're relatively easy to do. Or conversely, you could do something. You could go over there and learn how to make jackfish or jackfruit and saltfish or whatever it was. You could do that, and then you could go over there and learn how to do it. And then, maybe at some point down the line, our lives might cross paths or some shit. You might make it for me. Be like, this is delicious. I need to go over there and devote my life to. I'm too tired to keep going. Goodbye.